What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's filthiest pitches of the day. I am Pitching Ninja, and I'm here with Will Leahey. What's happening, Will?
Ninja, I'm sitting here with mixed feelings this morning because my favorite pitcher in the league, well, outside of Jacob deGrom, my favorite pitcher in the league, Chris Sale, just put an absolute spanking on my beloved Red Sox. Ninja, I don't know what to think. I absolutely love this man, and the Red Sox, more than likely, they're not winning the World Series this year. So if Sale can get another one, you know what? I'm rooting for that, I guess.
I mean, I love Chris Sale too, but he's in Atlanta right now. You can't have him back. We're going to start with the whip around the league. I'm going to start with Martin Perez, who had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 4 runs. He had these changeups, as well as this cutter that was well off the plate, called the strike somehow. He faced Jose Soriano, who had 6 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. Soriano's stuff is disgusting. Keep this in mind. Yes, he struggled a little bit yesterday, but he started out great. He had this 100-mile-an-hour sinker with 17 inches of run, this dotted 100-mile-an-hour fastball, as well as these hammer knuckle curves, and throws a mid-90s splitter. The man is disgusting. He's going to put it together at some point. In fact, Reed Detmers, when I interviewed him, said Jose Soriano has top 3 stuff in all of baseball. Michael Lorenzen had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 6 runs. Pretty much the sign of a beast there. And Michael Lorenzen is a beast.
Well, he's also very religious, Ninja, but yeah, he's a jacked animal, Ninja. This man has just absolutely tremendous physique.
Is he going to hate me now because I said sign of the beast? Like Blake Trinan did not like being called the witch, although Blake Trinan and I are buds now.
Either way, he could kick your ass.
Yeah, he definitely could kick my ass. Got a little devil in him, though. He had this fastball, curveball, and changeup. And he faced J.P. Sears, who had 3 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs, had this painted inside fastball. Jack Leiter had 3 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 6 runs, 4 of them earned on 7 hits, but on the plus side, he had no walks. He had these fastballs, but certainly did not look ready for prime time here. But Jack Leiter's got really good stuff, and eventually he will be a solid major league starter. Keep your head up, Jack. He faced Osvaldo Bido, who had 4 Ks in 2 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs, and had this fastball and slider. Graham Ashcraft had 2 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had this 99-mile-an-hour cutter and this other cutter, which looked kind of nasty. He changed his mechanics a little bit this game to drive his hips a little more. And here's a look at his mechanics. And he was concerned that his velo was down a little bit. That's why he worked on his mechanics. He also had lost some weight. And he said, if his velo continues down, you're going to see him at McDonald's. That's certainly first world pitching problems, isn't it?
Yeah, just like having to go to McDonald's because you're too skinny.
He faced Jordan Montgomery, who had 2 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this fastball. Chris Bassett had 6 Ks in 6 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had these 2-seamers, this cutter, this wicked curveball, this nasty sweeper. And his outing also proved that we don't necessarily need robo-umps. Coin flips would be perfectly okay. Because look at these 3 pitches. Also, one problem with Chris Bassett when he goes deep in games, he has so many different pitch types that when he goes through so many different pitches, his pitch-com battery runs out. It's just not meant for the beating that Chris Bassett puts on it. He faced Aaron Nola, who had 7 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. Nola had this fastball, his cutter, his knuckle curve, and his changeup. Reese Olson had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up only 1 hit and 1 earned run. He had this painted 2-seamer and changeup. And he faced Tanner Bybee, who had 5 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 4 runs. Bybee started out this game really strong, had these fastballs, including this elevated fastball, this changeup, and slider, but faded a little bit late. Brady Singer was really good yesterday with 4 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings, giving up only 1 run. His ERA right now, 2.36. He's been pitching really well. He had this 2-seamer, including this paint-ish backdoor 2-seamer. Didn't quite get there. As well as these sliders. And here's an overlay of his sinker and slider that shows how well these pitches tunnel and why he can get by with mostly these 2 pitches. He faced Joe Ross, who had 2 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this fastball. Chris the Snake Flexen had 8 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run on 3 hits. And his fastball, cutter, and changeup. That nickname is going to stick throughout the year, without a doubt.
Something's gonna stick, Ninja.
And he faced Aaron Savali, who had 4 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. Had this cutter, curveball, and slider for a sword. Gavin Stone had 4 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 1 run. He had these fastballs and wicked changeups. And here's an overlay of his fastball and wicked changeup. And it shows you just how filthy that changeup is. Look at the drop on that. Very good outing from Gavin Stone. He faced Ryan Weathers, who had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had this painted fastball as well as a sweeper. George the Animal Kirby had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 4 runs and 1 walk, which was uncharacteristic. He had these fastballs, including this elevated fastball and this elevated curveball. He faced Chris Paddock, who was awesome yesterday. He had 10 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run on 8 hits. A combination of overpowering fastballs as well as these changeups. Jordan Hicks had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had these painted fastballs at 95 miles an hour, as well as a sweeper and splitter, and helped me win my K-prop parlay yesterday.
Woo.
Woo! He faced Peter Lambert, who had 2 Ks in 3 innings, giving up 7 runs, and had this changeup. Carlos Rodon was really good yesterday with 7 Ks in 6 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had these electric fastballs and electric sliders and got absolutely fired up. He had 8 swings and misses on his slider and was filthy all game with it. This is what Carlos Rodon can do when he's at the top of his game. Just dominate a team. He faced Spencer Arrighetti, who had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 5 runs. Quick note, Spencer Arrighetti's nickname is Spaghetti. That's a good nickname.
Well, Ninja, that actually brings us to our dynamite today because Spaghetti tossed a meatball up to the artist formerly known as Mike Stanton, and good God, Ninja. Stanton hits this Scud missile 119.9 miles an hour, which is, of course, the hardest hit ball of the season, taking the crown from the crown prince, Shohei Ohtani, with the hardest hit ball of the season. But, Ninja, this dong is something else. 20-degree exit angle, which actually his last one was only 15 degrees. The king of exit velo, Stanton, just hits absolute liners for dongs, and it's really something to watch.
I am surprised the ball stayed in one piece.
Well, I don't think they showed who caught the ball, and it's because they were doing all the TV viewers at home a favor because it went right through a man's chest.
Dude, it's watching a Braves game and some dad is trying to catch a ball with his kid in his arm. Ball hits the dude square in the stomach. I thought it was square in the nads at first. That's all fun and games when the ball's coming off at 95 miles an hour. If it's coming off at 119 or 120 miles an hour, Jesus. Kyle Bradish had 9 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 1 run. Looked like the ace that he is. Had these heaters up to 97 miles an hour. Wicked sliders. Got a sword on his curveball. Filthy stuff from Bradish. One of the top pitchers in the AL when healthy, and he is obviously healthy now. He faced Mitchell Parker, who had 3 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had these sliders and curveball for a sword. Chris Sale, who we took from Will's Boston Red Sox here in Atlanta. Sorry, Will. Sale had 10 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up no runs, only 6 hits and 1 walk against his former team. Absolutely demolishing them. He had this painted changeup, but the real pitch of the game for Sale were his sliders. Look at these things. Absolutely disgusting stuff. He had 20 swings and misses this game out of 49 swings on all of his pitches. Just pure domination. Great job by Chris Sale. The Condor flies again. He faced Nick Pivetta, who had 1 K in 4 innings, giving up 5 runs, and had this curveball. Hayden Wesneski had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had these wicked sweepers. And he faced yesterday's filthiest pitcher of the day, Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease had 12 strikeouts in 7 scoreless innings, giving up only 1 hit. This not only was the best pitched game of the day yesterday, it is one of the best pitched games of the year, and arguably Dylan Cease's career. And Dylan Cease has had a great career. He had 24 swings and misses this game and has the second most valuable slider in terms of run value to who, Will? Who would you think has the most valuable slider in terms of run value this year?
He doesn't have the ERA, but I'll say Sale.
You got it. It is Chris Sale, has the
Nice.
most valuable slider in baseball. Dylan Cease, the second. What makes Dylan Cease's slider even more filthy is the fact he was throwing 99 miles an hour yesterday pretty regularly. So that heater combined with that breaking stuff, disgusting. He had 9 swings and misses on his fastball and 12 on his slider out of 25 swings, which gives you a 48% whiff rate on it, roughly.
Exactly.
Math ninja. What makes Dylan Cease's slider so good, and how can he tell when it's good? Well, here's Dylan Cease discussing it with me. Make sure to hit subscribe to this channel because you never want to miss out on nuggets like this. Dylan Cease is a fan of this channel. You should be too.
I would say using my body and my legs well, and the arm is really just sort of relaxed in just the last part of the sequence. Really, I'm not thinking turn it, do anything other than throw it like a heater and throw it hard. Really, just rip it and relax my arm and don't think about it. Ideally, when it's synced up, it's hard, it's sharp, it's late. It was 2022. It was my start against the Cubs, and I threw some first innings, some super nasty ones to, I want to say it was Morel and then Contreras. I threw, a disgusting one to Contreras. And I went back and watched it on the iPad. I was like, man, that thing looked like a wiffle ball. Where's that been all my life?
Now onto my filthiest relievers. Aroldis Chapman had this 2-seamer and slider. Fernando Cruz had this fastball and splitters. And here's an overlay of his fastball and splitter that shows you how filthy that splitter is. Look at the drop that thing gets compared to his fastball. David Robertson had these nasty cutters and I think picked up 5 Ks yesterday in relief. Juan Duran had this 100-mile-an-hour heater. And I'm going to make a new rule. If you're Josh Rojas and you can have a 9-pitch at bat against Duran throwing this ridiculous stuff, these wicked curveballs, these amazing splinkers, and putting into play on a line drive, a 100-mile-an-hour heater after all that, I'm sorry, this should be a home run. This is a great at bat. Give the dude a home run. I'm okay with it. Tell him Pitching Ninja approved it. Carlos Estevez had this changeup and slider, another fan of this channel. Dylan Floro had this changeup, sinker, and slider. Colin Holderman had these sweepers. Brian Hudson had this backdoor sweeper. Tyler Rogers had this rising slider. Nick Sandlin had this filthy slider. And Caleb Thielbar had this sweeper and picked up a sword. My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday. At number 5, we have this from Emmanuel Clase, a 100-mile-an-hour cutter. Folks, do not ever get used to the fact this man throws 100-mile-an-hour cutters that are absolutely filthy. At number 4, we have Carlos Rodon and his sliders. At number 3, we have Dylan Cease and his wicked sliders. At number 2, we have Chris Sale and his amazing sliders. Look at these things. Just disgusting. And at number 1, if he pitched, he's number 1. It's medieval Mason Miller, going 2 innings yesterday, picking up 4 Ks on this absolutely disgusting stuff, up to 103 with ferocious sliders. Medieval Mason Miller, you again are the pitcher of the day. And Mason Miller's FIP on the season is negative 0.15, which means again, Will, if Mason Miller started and pitched a complete game, the A's could get shut out and they'd win. Isn't that right?
Nobody knows how you go under 0, but he did it, and we love him for it.
And before we get to the moment of Zen, we have to call something to everyone's attention because Paul Skeens has been called up. Yes, the man, the new legend, Paul Skeens, is going to be a major league pitcher. And boy, the world is not ready. I discussed this with Jared Jones, who himself is one of the most electric pitchers you will ever see. Combined, the Allegheny Electric Company is in full force. I can't wait. Do not go to sleep from now until he pitches. It's going to be awesome. And now, my pitching ninja moment of Zen. Adam Hammery was behind home plate calling balls and strikes, but now he's just calling strikes because he has no balls. My picks of the day today are a 3-leg parlay. I'm going to start out with Ben Lively for 5Ks or more, then take Slade Ciccone for 5Ks or more, and top it off with Logan Gilbert for 6Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?